Hey friends, so check it out. I am on the National Mall for Catharsis on the Mall. This is a wonderful event that happens once a year here in Washington, D.C., where we bring a Bernard flavor to the National Mall. We'll have a temple that gets burned tomorrow night. And of course, the coolest part is we're right next to the Washington Monument as we're doing all of this. So it's a really cool treat, and I'm really, really happy that this year we're doing it when the weather is warm. And of course, it's a great opportunity for me to be able to teach you guys some new stuff in a very, very beautiful place. Drex here from DrexFactor.com, and today we are talking about the secret to getting down contact rolls. So before we dive in, I just want to give a big shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Toys, LMF Props, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can check out more information about all of these awesome companies by checking out the links down in the description of this video. Okay, so whether it's a more simple roll, like just doing a back of the arm contact roll, or an inner arm contact roll, or even something really complex, like say a folding line like that, there are a couple tips that are really, really going to help you keep your poi rolls stable and that take a little bit of time for your brain to digest. The first of those tips that we're going to talk about is learning how to balance the poi in a cradle. Now, a lot of us who have played around with contact juggling are familiar with the idea of cradles and the many different positions that a ball can occupy in that. Now, when it comes to contact poi, there's really one position that is considered the quote-unquote right position, and that's with the tether coming down between your index and middle fingers, like so. Now, the challenge here is that anytime it feels like the ball's becoming unstable, we're naturally going to try to catch it. Like, this is our default way of catching something that's falling. And unfortunately, it is the wrong way when it comes to contact poi. Instead, what you have to do is you have to train your hand to kind of form a bucket down below the poi. So as you can see, I can move the poi in my hand around quite a bit, and this keeps it really stable. Now, the reason for this is that we're just like trying to find a low point of stability in all of this. And again, if you try and grab, then you're going to get exactly the opposite. The poi is going to roll off your hand because you create a high point, and that is inherently unstable. I recommend when you're first getting into contact tricks, actually practicing just keeping the ball balanced between those two fingers on the backside of your hand, and really working to imagine that you're stretching your fingers out as far as you can in every direction, and that'll automatically give you that kind of bowl shape to the back of your hand. Once you've got that down, walk around with it. Get comfortable with it, yeah? Specifically, try and move your hand around in places where it feels like it's a little unstable, and see if you can start the work of training your hand to expand when the ball feels unstable rather than contract, because that really is the way you keep all of this stable. Now, tip number 2 is going to feel even perhaps a little bit less intuitive, and that is when you first do contact rolls, all of us do the same thing. We tilt our forearm up. Why? Because we think we're giving the ball a ramp to move down, and the problem is that actually makes the roll less stable rather than more stable. So what we need in this case is actually to train ourselves to keep our forearm perfectly tabletop level as that roll is happening. And you'll note, even when I'm doing things like a folding line, I'm doing it in such a way that as the ball is rolling across each surface of my arm, it is doing so in such a way that that surface is flat as the ball is going across it. And that is what keeps that roll stable. See, the thing is that all the momentum for the contact roll comes from the movement of the tether, not from the head itself. So, just so long as the tether is moving, the ball will also be moving, and you literally have to do nothing at all aside from keep your forearm level in order to complete that roll. Cool. So with those two pieces in mind, whether it be doing your first back of the arm rolls or inside arm rolls, or of course, my personal favorites, the folding line, keeping that forearm level as well as knowing how to make sure you keep the ball stable by outstretching your fingers are going to be two of the most important elements to getting down any of these tricks. Now, if you'd like to learn some more of these tricks, I actually have a series of videos, my 1-minute tutorials on contact poi, that I will link to up in the cards or down in the description. And y'all should check those out because it'll cover all of what I consider the basics of contact poi. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please sign up to see more like it by hitting that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you know exactly when I drop a new video. A big thank you as well to my awesome supporters on Patreon, without whom this video and none of the videos on this channel would exist. If you want to sign up to become one of my patrons on Patreon, you can head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. What are your favorite contact poi tricks? Let me know down in the description. And did either of these tips help you get over a big hump in your own contact poi journey? Either which way, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the other videos on this channel. And I will check you guys later. Peace.